Hello, this is lesson 37 in our series of building Marcus trading bot with Python using Schwab API. Last lesson we started working on Trade Manager. We talked about the purpose and how the file would work, and started with the imports. Now let's work on the class creation, shall we? So class Marcus Trade Manager. We forgot to add our one-liner explanation. This manages Marcus records and position tracking. We see the initializer init method. Let's continue with it. But first, let's add a couple of arguments here. Trades file. This will be a string equal to beta Marcus trades JSON. And here we will start with self trades file. Trades file self logger logging get logger, and instead of name here let's add today. That must have been me. Marcus Trade Manager and self ensure trades file. Now about this line by line explanation. We are taking this method signature. This takes optional trades file parameter with the default data Marcus trades JSON. This can be customized later for testing or multiple accounts. We store the file path, which will be used by all other methods. Next, we setting up a logger, creating a logger instance. This logger will be used for error or info messages and will integrate with Marcus logging system. And later on, we are doing ensuring the file existence. It calls the private method, which we will write now, to create a file if needed, creates the directory structure and initializes an empty JSON here when the file will be run first time. First time we will create trade manager. This will set the trade file, create a logger, call ensure trades file method, which will create data directory if it does not exist, but we can see that it exists here. We'll create an empty Marcus trades JSON file. Now let's jump to private helper methods. If ensure trade files ensures that trade files and file directory exist. Okay. We are going to wrap it to the try except try. Let's make directories. Let's path directory name and let's add explanation here too. Creating data directory if it does not exist. Now after this we are going to create an empty file if it doesn't exist. So if not, os path exists self trades file self save trades with the empty list self login info created trade file, and here to try we are wrapping except exception as e self logger error creating trade file. What we did here again, we're creating directory here if it does not exist. And if it exists, we are not throwing an error here. It creates an empty file, checks if the file already exists, if not, creates an empty JSON array and logs the creation message. It prevents the crash on a first run if files are not created, file or folder not created. It doesn't require manual setup, and it initializes and ends graceful. Next method, the one which will load trades. It's created, load trades, and it will return a list of dictionaries. Loading all trades from the file. Again, we are wrapping this into try except with open self trade file readable format as f trades equals JSON load f, and here return trades and except exception as e self logger error loading trades from file, and return another empty list. Again, this loads the file in a read mode, in our case the JSON file, parses JSON into the Python list and returns here the list of all trade dictionaries, and it handles the error with graceful exception. So if there is it's not possible to read from file, we are returning an empty list. And the last method for today, we already mentioned save trades method. Now let's create it. Method save trades self trades which are list and list of dictionaries, and saving all grades to the file. Try with open self-trades file in a writing mode. Pay attention to this one because this is really important. Here we are only reading from the file, but here we are going to write to the file. So we will need a write access. Good. JSON dump trades f intent 2, and let's add also parameter default equals to string. Again, exception, that's E, so login error saving trades to file. This with open line and the line after that, it opens write file in a write mode. It writes Python list here as this Python list as JSON. It pretty print with 2 space indentation and converts all non-JSON types of the data, like datetime, to string. Why to string? Because for example, datetime now, that wouldn't be directly serialized to JSON. With default string, it will become the value in quotes. So just to paste here, datetime now, this one will not work. And 20, 25, 12, 27, for example, T something, 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 something. This will be the string representation of this one, so that's why we are converting it to a string. This is all that I planned for this session. Next session we will work on save purchase record method first, which obviously by saying the name, it saves any records of any stocks purchased. We will, after covering it, we will work on get open positions and get owned symbols. We will see how quick we can proceed with that. So let's pause here and we will continue from here the next session. Thank you for watching this. Make sure your code is aligned and don't pay attention to the error, because I cleaned the error and obviously it's still, oh, it imported something. Never mind. So yeah, this is it for today. Make sure that your code is matching to what we have here, and see you at the next session.